am whipping a woman I don't know with a salami. As a vegan, I'm upset. As a feminist, I am outraged. But as a comedian, I'm curious. You guys seem like a nice audience as well, like a lot nicer than the audiences I'm used to performing for, at least. Like compared to the audiences I normally attract, you guys seem employed. Yeah, I don't get the best crowds usually. They look like me often. It's upsetting. Like I come out on stage, I see them, and I'm there going, Christ, if they're here, who's harassing women over the internet? Did we leave the cage door on Reddit unlocked? What the hell's happened? Do you know what it's like to go through life seeing people who look like you and that make you sad? Like, that's a weird way to live. And it happens to me too often. I've always got friends going, Jack, come over here. You need to meet this guy. You guys, you've got so much in common. And it's never a doctor. Like, it's always just some sad-looking dude with school shooter vibes. Just sat there like a shrimp in a trench coat. Mouth-breathing burrito odor everywhere. It's like, oh, cool, he reminds you of me. Thank you very much for the vote of confidence. I'll explain the accent. I know the accent's confusing. I am from England, but I've lived in Vienna for the last 15 years, so that's why my accent's kind of weird. It's like half English, half Austrian. Like, this is what the UK would have sounded like if the Nazis had have taken over in World War II. Which, from the way things are going there, is going to be in about 2 weeks from now. I don't go back often. I don't go back to UK often. I don't like it there. Like, I was there last year for a month. I was doing a month-long comedy festival in the UK. And, because, you know, it's a comedy festival, I'm hanging out with a lot of my American comedian friends. And I heard how British people speak to Americans for the first time. And it made me very upset. They were very rude to my friend. Every time one of my friends opened their mouth to say something in public, there would just be some British guy yelling at them going, "The American? Yeah, of course you are. Americans are all so loud." It's like, yeah, sure, they are. But have you heard the British? This microphone's not even turned on. Just entitlement and a strong diaphragm. That's all this is. And yeah, sure, Americans are loud. You hear them, like in Rome or Budapest. It's like, oh my God, these buildings are so old. They must have been built a long time ago. That's annoying, sure. I don't want to listen to that, but at least they're having a conversation. The English, when we're abroad, it just sounds like a deaf person having a stroke. Like, la 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 la, oi, oi. Oh, Americans are also fat. Yeah, well, English people are also ugly. And you know what? You know what? It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to lose an extra chromosome, you inbred. Too mean, I apologize. A month was too long to spend there, man. It wasn't good for my mental health. I would have rather spent a month locked in P. Diddy's apartments. Just so we're clear, as a victim. It's an important distinction to make. You think 10,000 bottles of baby oil is a lot of grease? Try eating English food for a month. It's rough, because I travel for this job a lot. It's rough, man, because like I know what we did now, and it's awkward for me when I travel, because every time I book a show in a new country that I've never been to before, rather than thinking about what jokes I'm going to tell or how I'm going to connect with the audience, I have to spend time researching what it is we probably did. Like, every border crossing I go through, are you here for business or pleasure? Apologies. We just don't know any better, man, because our colonial history, it's just sort of glossed over. They don't tell us about that. Like, we don't know any, like, we tell ourselves that we won the Second World War, right? And it wasn't until I moved to Austria, birthplace of Mr. Mustachio, with a big old chip on my shoulder going, oh, who won the war? England won the war. And then someone's in the corner going, niet, comrades. Because we just don't know. Here's how our colonial history was taught to me as a child. Right? Once upon a time, India didn't have a railway. So we built them one out of the goodness of our hearts. Seeing as we were already there. And India was so grateful, they invented chicken tikka masala. And we all lived happily ever after. India, we colonized India. Do you realize the balls you have to have as a nation to colonize the country that created karma? That's a funny joke. Do you know who never laughs at it? The English. Screw them, I hope that island sinks. I wonder if this anti-English material will go down well in Prague. I'm a married individual. I married a Slovak woman a couple of years ago, which is, yeah, well, that's a weird fucking... undecided about how we feel about that, which is weird coming from somewhere that was the same country when she was born. I married into a Slovak family, which is cool, right? Because obviously I'm from England and we never learn anything about that part of the world because we never colonized there. So, guilt-free marriage, I like to think of it as. It's tough, like I'm trying to get to know her like family now, because it's, they're my in-laws and I'm trying to get to know, but it's hard, right? Because, these were elderly people who were on like the wrong side of communism, right? So we have no overlap in our interests or our ideologies. Last time I hung out with them, the only thing her dad said to me the entire evening, in Slovak, was, "Is she obedient?" Oh. Yeah, which is a messed up thing to ask. I didn't make it any better because I don't speak Slovak, so I was there just nodding and smiling. Her mom's trying. Her mom's really making the effort, though. God bless her. She wants to connect with me. It's hard. No shared language, no shared culture. She doesn't even understand what it is I do for a living. Like, my wife tried to explain it to her once, and she just went, "So he's a clown?" And ever supportively, my wife goes, "No, clowns have to go to college." But she's trying. She really wants to connect with me. Like, she's learning to speak English at the moment. My wife's teaching her how to speak English. And what makes this fun is my wife's bisexual. So she says she's bi, but she also says if it wasn't for me, she would be a lesbian. Which, doesn't say much about what she thinks of men. When this is the only anchor keeping that ship in the harbor. Like, if you've ever seen that Indiana Jones movie where he's got to grab his hat from underneath the closing door, that was me getting a date with my wife before her sexuality just completely locked me out. So my wife's queer. She speaks English with a very queer use of the language, which is now what she is using to teach her mother to speak English with. Yeah, so now we have this elderly, Slovak, homophobic woman walking around speaking English like a drag queen. And it is fabulous. That's the first one. She doesn't think English people clap. She thinks we just snap our fingers when we like something. A 65-year-old woman genuinely convinced that the word yes is spelt with 3 A's. Ava, do you want some coffee? Yes! First time she met my mom, she called her queen. And then proceeded to tell her dress was serving pussy. It's hard. It's always been hard with her family, man. It's been hard trying to connect with them, which is partly her fault because my brilliant Slovak wife decided to introduce me to her parents on Easter. Yeah. Now, the Slovak and the Czech people in the room know why that's an issue. To the rest of you, I'm gonna explain. But first, I just need to ask any Slovak or Czech people in the room one quick question, okay? What the fuck is wrong with you people? My God. Right. Here's how Easter in Slovakia and the Czech Republic works. Right? The men wake up early in the morning. They go into the woods and they pick these special branches that grow there. They go back into the village and they start knocking on people's doors. Now, if a woman lives in that house, she has to open the door, present her ass, The men then take turns whipping her. And as a way to say thank you for this blessing, she has to give them eggs. Why eggs? It's a fertility ceremony. Now, I'm the comedian, but my wife, she's got a pretty dark sense of humor herself because she didn't tell me this is how they celebrate Easter in Slovakia. So I rock up to the apartment dressed in my Sunday best, just nice to meet your mom, nice to meet your dad, and then the carnival begins. Now, my wife's dad, interesting guy. Bizarrely progressive for a man who likes to whip his own daughter to celebrate her fertility. He didn't want to hit her with a stick this year because he's more forward thinking than that. He bought a salami. A 3-foot-long pork sausage. And this is now what I'm going to be using to whip his daughter to celebrate her fertility. And as the guest, I get to go first. Which is the first time anyone from Slovakia has ever been polite to a foreigner. So my wife bends over in front of me. Dad hands me the ceremonial spanking salami. And I'm uncomfortable, but I assume this is just going to be a one and done who's your daddy type situation. So I go to lift up the ceremonial spanking salami, and the family starts singing. And I whisper to my wife, "What the hell is going on?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, you have to spank me and beat to the music. Ah, God! I'm a failed musician. I don't need this kind of pressure." So now it's just 45 seconds of me going, "Shibi ribi, masne ribi," which translates to whip the fish, the greasy fish. And now the song comes to an end. And the way you end this ceremony is by chucking water in the woman's face, which is weird, because this is a fertility ceremony. And if you want to celebrate a woman's ability to get pregnant, I think you send some very mixed messages if you just finish in her face. Whatever, I chuck the water in my girlfriend's face. I think we're done, right? What she also hasn't told me is I'm going to have to spank every single female member of the family. Next up, Mum. Now, don't get me wrong, Prague. I've watched porn. I have dreamt of the day I would have a room full of Eastern European women bent over in front of me, begging me to spank them. The reality, not quite what Bang Bros made it out to be. So the dad hands me back the ceremonial spanking salami, now with a ribbon tied at the end of it. My future mother-in-law is now bent over in front of me, and my wife whispers in my ear, "Jack, by the way, you didn't really hit me hard enough." I don't mind, but you're gonna have to hit my mom harder than that, otherwise it's gonna be offensive. Cool. So I go to lift up the ceremonial spanking salami. The family starts singing, the children start dancing. I bring it down on my wife's mum's ass, who, remember, does not speak a word of English. But she shot me a look that very fluently said, "Don't offend me with weak spank, you Western pussy." Now I've got Dad in the corner judging me. And I've never had to impress a girlfriend's parents before by whipping his wife's ass with a pork product. This is all new territory to me. Here I am whipping a woman I don't know with a salami. As a vegan, I'm upset. As a feminist, I am outraged. But as a comedian, I'm curious. I can feel this dude staring into the back of my head, and I love this woman. I want the daughter, not the mom I'm currently spanking. I love this woman. I want to marry her. So I want this man to want me to be part of his daughter's life, and though I may not understand it, if the way I achieve that respect is by whipping the unholy living hell out of his wife's ass with a salami, then so help me God, in the name of love, this old Slovak woman is not going to sit down quickly for a week. So, I get the power legs going. I lift this thing up in the air like King Arthur pulling Excalibur from the stone. And with every bit of strength, love, and determination I have, I just start going to town on this old Slovak woman's ass. And the children are singing Shibi Ribi. Fuck you, I'm marching to the beat of my own drum now. You kids keep up with me. And this goes on for an exhausting 45 seconds, and the song comes to an end, but I'm nothing if not a performer. So I want to end this with a little bit of pizzazz. So I go through one big glass rock star women, I'll bring it down on his wife's ass. And the damn thing just snapped in half. Dad looked at me like I just pissed on the fish for Christmas dinner. Which, for all I know, is what I'm going to have to do if I ever spend Christmas with her parents. Guys, thank you so much. My name's Jack Holmes. Take care, everybody.